Hi guys, Prabs here of Absolutely Prabulous. So if you follow my YouTube channel at all, you will have seen that I do a series of videos each Monday called the Words of Wisdom series, which I link up to a linky that I do with Becky of Cuddle Fairy, actually called Candid Cuddles. I'll mention that at the end. So basically I've been doing little vlogs featuring a sort of set of words, phrase, quote, whatever, that inspires me. And this week I've actually made my own, like I did, like I have done a couple of times. So my contribution for this week is, if your child focuses on, just realised I'm wearing my sunglasses. If your child focuses on silver linings rather than clouds, you must be doing something right. So why did I come up with that this week? Basically, a couple of weeks ago, my 7-year-old, Cheeky K, as she's known on the blog, came out with a comment that just blew me away in the nicest way. She just absolutely inspired me and filled me with awe, and it's a bit of a gushy comment to make about one's child, but I'm sure we've all had those moments. I know parenting can be a really hard gig, in between if you've got little ones, nappy changing and, I don't know, breastfeeding issues, sleepless nights, maybe if they're a little bit older, I don't know, tantrums, potty training. I'm at the mass homework stage. I'm at the kind of mean girl stage and all that, parenting my way through that. I've got a 12, 10 and 7-year-old, so it's all, there's a mixture of parenting issues. But you also get those amazing days and those amazing moments where they come out with something, as I said, and you just think, wow, you are an amazing human being. And I don't know whether it's nature or nurture or both, but, won't get into that right now. But I'll get to the comment that she made in a minute. Now, what inspired it was that they were asked at school, oh dear, I can feel myself just cringing thinking about this. Her class had to all make at home a car, and the project, whatever you want to call it, was that they had to make this car at home, take it into school, and then the teacher was going to line the cars up on the slide outside in the playground, and individually they were going to push each car down the slide and see whose car went down the slide fastest. And so we had to make this at home. Now, I don't know if you've read my blog, but I'm not really an arts and crafts queen. I can just about draw a straight line. So this literally filled me with horror. When she came home with this form, this sheet explaining what we had to do, I swear I just honestly nearly had heart failure. It's just my worst nightmare come true. So anyway, we tried to make this thing at home and it just absolutely did not work. Paper wouldn't stick on. I tried to do a windscreen, I tried to do windows, we tried to put wheels on from bottle caps. We used bottle caps for wheels. My 12-year-old got involved, my 10-year-old got involved the next morning. Everyone was around the dining table. Of course, this was while my husband was away on a business trip, of course. So anyway, so I'm there the following morning just before school. We had all week to do this, mind, yeah? And then we're there the morning before school, frantically trying to get these blooming wheels to stay on. It was just, anyway, I'm not going to bore you with any more of it, but it was an absolute disaster from start to finish. Took it into school. She was laid back about the whole thing, by the way. She was like, Mummy, it's okay, we can just, this is fine. As I was trying to kind of stick bits and pieces on, go, no, we're really gonna, we'll do a good job for you. We must make this, we must do, put in our best effort, as it were. And we took it into school. I was late that morning. So great. This video is full of parenting wins, by the way. Took it into school. The teacher asked, oh, you okay? I sort of said through gritted teeth, no, please don't ask me to make anything ever again. And anyway, went about my day, went to collect the kids from school, was chatting to Cheeky K in the car. And this is the inspiring bit. She said to me, so she very matter-of-factly said, Mummy, my car was the only one out of 2 cars to not go down the slide. It just wouldn't even go down. The wheels, these wheels that kept on coming off initially, they then stuck on for dear life and basically stopped the car from going down the slide. Now, I've got the car here, by the way. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm probably committing vlogicide because seriously, it's just such an embarrassment. I'm going to show you because if you're having a bad day, this is just going to cheer you up. I'm going to make you feel so good about yourself. because there's no way you could make anything this bad. I've actually had to fish it out of the recycling bag, by the way. Seriously, I don't know whether it was me in a fit of disgust or whether it was Cheeky Kay herself, but it was in the recycling bag. I don't know who put it in there. I'm so embarrassed. So this was meant, ugh, yuck. This was meant to be the exhaust. So, right, this is meant to be the exhaust, and these are windows, and I'm not even going to hold this much longer because it's, anyway. And I tried to do a windscreen. You know what, I'm putting it away, I'm so embarrassed. It was a disaster. So she says to me, just mine and, let's give the girl an alias, Phoebe. Mine and Phoebe's were the only two that didn't go down the slide. So this is the bit where you think, oh, you poor child. You know, you're feeling so bad for them. You just, you know, you want to just absolutely scoop them up in your arms and so I'm so sorry. Obviously, I wanted to measure my reaction, however. You know, I didn't want to be all over the top about it and sort of go big on the sympathy in case actually that made an issue out of something that perhaps wasn't an issue for her. I just didn't know how to handle it. Anyway, she then very matter-of-factly said, but it's okay because at least we got to learn how to make a car at home. And I just thought, wow, because in all honesty, when I was her age, I'm pretty sure that I would have been so disappointed and really embarrassed in front of the other children. Children can be cruel, let's face it. And she did say, she said, oh, and everybody was laughing, but she was so matter-of-fact about it. There was no tantrum, there were no tears. You know, she didn't have some meltdown about it. And I know at that age, I had such a lack of self-confidence. It didn't take much to make me crawl inside my shell and feel really crappy about myself. I was that kid that, you know, was never good at sports day and things like this. I would have been crushed, honestly. She was so matter-of-fact about it. Now, I mean, I think most of it is her nature. She's a very calm kid. It takes a lot to rile her. And I'd also like to think it's a little bit of nurture. Hence the quote, hence the words that I came up with. If your child sees the silver linings and not the clouds, you must be doing something right. And I would love to think that somewhere along the line, the way I raised her has, you know, has played a part. And it just, regarding the car, I just want to say I'm no alpha mummy or tiger parent or helicopter parent or whatever those phrases are. You know, it wasn't, for me, it wasn't about making sure she had the best car that was going to knock the spots off all the other children's car. It wasn't about that. It was just about feeling really sorry for her because I just didn't want her to feel silly. You don't want your kid to feel silly or bad about themselves or feel small, do you? And obviously we do worry about them being bullied or laughed at by other kids. So it's more from that perspective rather than, you know, I mean, to be honest with you, really just don't have the energy to try and be the competitive parent because I'm just too lazy. That's just not my deal. But it was more about, as I said, just I felt for her when she told me that it hadn't worked out and it had been a complete disaster. And her reaction, however, was just amazing and really taught me a thing or two. So I hope that hope you found that entertaining or helpful. I'd love to hear from you. If you're a parent and your children have come out with some amazing comment that's, you know, some way of thinking that's just really, you know, just really impressed you and filled you with joy, I'd love to hear it. You know, so you can either comment if you're watching this straight from YouTube, you can comment in the comments box underneath. If you're watching this from within my blog, absolutelyprabulous.com, you can of course comment on the blog post itself. And of course, if you like this video, as ever, please hit the like button underneath. If you're watching it straight from YouTube, or if you're watching on the blog post, you can hit the like button there anyway. And of course, think about subscribing. Big red button on the YouTube screen. If you are a blogger, please do come and join Cuddle Fairy and myself Mondays to Wednesdays. We've got the inspiration series called Candid Cuddles. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to read a post that you link up with a mantra, quote, words of wisdom, whatever you want to call it. And if you're a non-blogger, come along because there are some fantastic inspiring posts and I'm sure you'll find something that you like. Right, that is enough from me. Take care, guys. Have a really good week and I will see you next time. Bye.